Am I audible? Okay, fine. Thank you so much. So today's session is all about a small quiz on determiners. I hope you all are well aware about what determiners are. Yes, the words which are used before the nouns to fix or define the nouns in some way or the other are called determiners. We will be dealing with some of the determiners and how to put the correct determiner in different situations. So, here we'll start with the very first question. As we all know that the determiners are broadly classified into four categories: possessive determiners, demonstrative determiners, articles, and the quantifiers. So we will be discussing all these in our video. So the very first MCQ which we will discuss is Dash Rajdhani Express is one of the fastest trains of India. So kindly put up your answers in the chat box so that I could get to know what are your correct answers. Okay. So according to you all, the correct answer must be the. Why it must be the? The Rajdhani Express is one of the fastest trains of India. We know it's one of the article among a and the is used for specific things when we are specifying. So we are not talking about the express trains. We are telling about the particular train, that is the Rajdhani Express. Moving ahead to the next one. Dash apple, dash day keeps dash doctor away. So now you again have four options A, B, C and D. You need to fill with the correct and the appropriate determiner. Okay, hurry up. Dash apple, dash day keeps dash doctor away. Okay, fine. See, it's very easy to choose what we need to write in front of apple. We will prefer to write an. So an comes in the two options, that is C and D. After that it comes day. For day, which article would you prefer? A or the? Yes, we'll prefer a because it is not specifying the particular day. So an apple, a day, and that would be the C option, keeps the doctor away. That's perfect. Moving ahead to the next one. Sherlock Holmes deduced that dash visitor had come walking. So now in this particular MCQ, you are given four options for possessive determiners. So among these four possessive determiners, his, her, theirs are, which would be the correct option for you? Sherlock Holmes deduced that visitor had come walking. Okay. Some says that it's a. Let's check it out for others. Are the questions clear or is it appearing a little bit blur? Okay, hurry up, hurry up. Okay, fine. So Sherlock Holmes deduced that his visitor, his is the correct answer. Why we have chosen his? Because Sherlock Holmes is a male gender. So for male, the correct possessive determiner must be his. Up, if we are talking about theirs, we cannot use her and theirs because her is basically used for females and theirs is used for a specifying group of people. And if I am talking about a, Sherlock Holmes deduced that a visitor had come walking. It's inappropriate. Correct appropriation nahi aa rahi hai if you are talking about determiners. So for choosing that, Sherlock Holmes deduced that his visitor had come walking, जिसका वो वेट कर रहे थे. Moving ahead to the next one. Okay, I have heard that story before. Now you have again 4 options: these story before, this story before, a story before, or an story before. Hurry up, hurry up. I want maximum answers. Think about the correct answer. Okay, perfect. I have heard that story before. Yes, some says it's these. It cannot be these because it's the plural. I have heard this story. I'm talking about one story, and one story means this. A story, no, we are talking about a particular story. जब हम particular चीज़ के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, किस story के बारे में? So we will be using this. So this would be the correct option for this particular MCQ. Moving ahead to the next one. Have you read about Dash Right to Education Act? So now again you have some articles A and the with you, and the fourth option is these. Tell me, have you read about Right to Education Act? Which word will you insert over here? See, these determiners are very helpful if you are clear with it, how to solve editing and omitting. So if you have clear concepts, your editing and omission part would obviously be correct. Okay, fine, I could see some are answering the. Yes. Have you read about the Right to Education Act? That's perfect. I cannot talk because I am talking about the specific act. कितने सारे act होते हैं, but when we are talking about the specific Right to Education Act, we have to use the. Moving ahead to the next one. I don't want dash coffee, thank you. Now, the 4 options over here are quantitative options, or the 4th category of determiners, which we term it as quantifiers. So, among the 4 quantifiers, some, any, little and few. Which option would you choose? I don't want dash coffee, thank you. So those who are clear with it, or those who have watched the previous video of determiners, would be clear that whenever we have negative word, don't is indicating negative, and it has been clearly taught whenever the negative sentence comes, we have to use, yes, perfectly. Many are giving the correct answer, any. Whenever there is not in the sentence, we will never use some. Some is used in the case of affirmative or positive sentences, while if we have not in the sentence, we have to use any. I don't want any coffee, thank you. Okay, the next MCQ. How dash money do you spend on new clothes? Now choose the correct alternative out of the 4. Many, few, much, little. How dash money do you spend on new clothes? Now they are talking again about quantity, and the next 4 are the quantifiers again. Many, few, much, little. Okay, some wants to say much while the others are answering any as well. Think. What could be the correct? Why, if you are choosing much, what is the correct reason? Yes, much students, much emphasizes a large amount. कितना ज़्यादा amount आप use कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? Used with uncountable nouns, but इसमें वो आपसे पूरी quantity पूछ रहा है. So, if they're talking about how much money is the correct answer. Very good, well answered. The next question. Oh no, I have spent all dash money I had. Now, again you have 4 options. The, a, much, my. Think about the correct alternative. Oh no, I have spent all dash money I had. जो था वो भी चला गया. Or when it is a situation, whatever we have, that's also gone, we use exactly. We use the as a determiner. So the is the correct answer, which you all have also answered. Oh no, I have spent all the money I had. जो होता है वो भी चला जाता है. So in that particular situations we use the. Moving ahead to the next one. There is dash water in that jug. Now, which alternative would you choose? Any, few, some, a few. There is dash water in that jug. Hurry up, hurry up. There is any water in that jug. There is few water in that jug. Some or a few. You need to be careful. Okay. Some says it's a few, while the other says. See, the ones who are using few, they need to be clear that few is basically used for the things which are countable. Water you cannot count. So you cannot choose few in this case because few is used for the countable things. We are not talking about box. We are not talking about the days or something like boys which we can count. We are talking about water, which is an uncountable object. So we won't be using few in this case. So there is some water in that jug. So all those who answered some were correct. There is some water in that jug. Moving ahead to the next one. Only dash people came to watch the new film. Now come. Only dash people came to watch the new film. कुछ ही लोग आए मूवी देखने के लिए. Up you again have 4 options. A few, many, much, awesome. See, in the case of MCQs, how we need to work, much cannot be the option because much is used for the quantities, specifically uncountable things. So, people can be counted. We cannot use much. Many can also not work because only and many are just opposite to each other. So, we cannot use many as well. Now, we are left with 2 options. A few or a some. Yes, we know few is used for a small number and not many. And it has a positive meaning too. So, only a few people came to watch the new film. See, people can be counted. So, we have used or we have chosen the word few. And a few, why? Because the sentence is giving a positive meaning. कि कुछ ही लोग आए. तो पॉजिटिव ही है, इसमें कुछ नेगेटिव नहीं है. The correct option is a few. Only a few people came to watch the new film. Moving ahead to the next one. I saw dash boys playing in the park. Okay. There are 4 options. A little, any, some, this. Now, you again have 4 options, and if we are talking about MCQs, we need to be particular what we are choosing. I cannot use any because I cannot see not in my sentence. Any is used specifically for negative sentences. I even cannot use this because they are talking about the plural boys and this is used for the singular ones. So, I saw dash boys playing in the park. So, there are 2 options. A little और दूसरा option क्या है? Some. Yes, I saw some boys playing in the park. Perfect. See, a little also means some and it has a positive meaning, but generally we use a little with those things which cannot be counted. For example, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. We cannot count the knowledge now. And again, if you'll take another example, there is a little hope of victory. Now, hope is again not countable. So, we are using a little with those things which are not countable. A little milk, a little hope, a little knowledge. So, a little of everything in that particular situations. Moving to the next one. Well, I must say you all are answering very good. Great. Okay. Could you give me dash money, please? Now the person is asking. Could you give me dash money, please? क्या तुम मुझे कुछ amount दोगे? Little, a little, few, a few. See, now first of all, you tell me your answers, then I'll discuss the correct one. Hurry up, hurry up. Could you give me dash money, please? Think about it. Some are answering few, while some are answering a little. Okay, now write the reason why you are giving me this answer as well. If you're sure, I want the answer. What's the logic? Why you are using could you give me dash money, please? See, this is all about determiners is that you need to be clear that why you are using that particular determiner. There can be many options. Okay, the answers are coming. Think. Good. Yes, I'm getting so many answers. Few, a little, few. As money is countable. A little. Okay. So yes, we are talking about money. And yes, money is countable. So could you give me few is the option. So now if you're talking about, sorry, few and a few, few and a few, which among the few and a few will be correct? See, few means hardly any और उसका negative meaning होता है. तो अगर if I'm talking about the word few, so I cannot use few over here because the sentence is not going in the negative sense. It is coming in the positive way and a small number. कुछ ही quantity मांग रहे हैं. So could you give me a few money please will be the correct answer. Moving ahead to the next one. Okay, she spent dash the amount of money she had. Again, उसके पास जो था उसने वो भी दे दिया. इन सिचुएशंस में क्या यूज़ होता है? अब ध्यान से बात समझिए. अभी मैंने आपको समझाया था when we discussed the different articles that जो है वो भी चला जाए. So it's pretty obvious. I told you you have to use the. Up there are again two things. The few, the little. We do not know the exact amount of money. So we will choose she spent the little amount of money she had. And in this particular situation, the previous one also, if you're talking about could you give me dash money please, since the amount of money is not mentioned, we will choose a little instead of few, because few will be chosen when the exact amount of money would be given. So could you give me a little money please, or she spent the little amount of money she had. जो था वो भी दे दिया. Okay, next one. There aren't dash mountains in that part of the country. Hurry up. We'll go with the good speed now. I hope you all are clear with some of the basics. There aren't dash mountains in that part of the country. The options are much, many, more, less. Okay. So can we count the mountains? मैच अप, अच्छा क्वांटिटी नहीं काउंट करते, वी काउंट द माउंटेन्स 1 or 2, so there aren't many mountains in that part of the country. Okay, many means basically when we are counting the things, number of things or persons, कितने mountains हैं. अब हम क्वांटिटी में नहीं काउंट कर रहे माउंटेन्स को, वी आर काउंटिंग द नंबर्स, सो मैनी. द नेक्स्ट वन, द फार्मर हैड डैश लैंड एंड मैनी सर्वेंट्स. अब फार्मर की बात कर रहे हैं, फार्मर के पास डैश लैंड एंड मैनी सर्वेंट्स, सो वेरी लिटिल लैंड, some land and many servants, a lot of land and many servants, many land and many servants. Hurry up. Think about it carefully. फार्मर के पास क्या है? Okay. Yes is the answer. Fine. Good, good. The correct answer is turning up. Very little we cannot use over here, sorry, because अब उसके पास, आपको क्वेश्चन को सेंटेंस से समझना है. मैनी सर्वेंट्स, सो मैनी सर्वेंट्स का क्या करेगा अगर उसके पास वेरी लिटिल लैंड होगी? सो इट्स लाइक the farmer would be having a lot of land. So the correct answer would be the farmer had a lot of land and many servants. Perfect, good. The next one. Dash of the students has finished the exam yet. Options are all of the students has finished the exam yet, some of the students has finished the exam yet, few, none. None means you find that all the three options are incorrect or are not filling up your correct determiner, so you can choose none. Or none basically over here is also a determiner where it stands at none of the students, no one. None over here means no one. Think. See, if we are talking about few or some or all cannot be the option because all of the students अब तक सबने नहीं करा. आपको ये भी देखना है स्टूडेंट्स के साथ यहाँ पे हैज़ अटैच्ड है. If we are talking in general about the some of the students have, we talk about few of the students have finished, none of the students has finished, किसी ने भी अभी तक finish नहीं करा. So none of the students, none is the correct option over here in this. और आप ये और देखिए, आप some नहीं यूज़ कर सकते क्योंकि ये पॉजिटिव सेंटेंस नहीं है. येट मतलब अभी तक नहीं करा है, तो नेगेटिव में जा रहा है एक पर्टिकुलर वर्ड येट से. So none of the students has finished the exam yet. Next one. Dash people would come to listen to your advice. अब आपकी एडवाइस सुनने कितने पीपल आएंगे? Think about it. Few, a few, some or none. Few, see if we are talking about few, few तब यूज होता है जब hardly any. Few means not many or hardly any, and few is always used when we have a negative meaning. क्या होता है हमारे जब negative meaning होता है, और negative meaning के केस में which determiner we use? Few or little. Few अगर countable है और little अगर uncountable है. But when I'm talking about a few is used in the case of positive meaning. Next, some and none. Now listen, if I will start giving you a lecture, you won't be interested to listen me. और कौन ही जाएगा किसी की एडवाइस सुनने? सबको लगता है we are that much smart enough, we do not need anyone's advice. So the correct answer would be few, because नेगेटिव मीनिंग है कोई भी इंटरेस्टेड नहीं होता किसी की एडवाइस सुनने के लिए. सो फ्यू पीपल वुड कम टू लिसन टू योर एडवाइस मीन्स हार्डली कोई आपकी एडवाइस सुनने के लिए आएंगे. ओके, नेक्स्ट. शी हैज़ मैनी एनिमीज बट डैश फ्रेंड्स. अब उसके एनिमीज बहुत सारे हैं बट फ्रेंड्स बहुत कम हैं. अब फ्रेंड्स आर काउंटेबल और काउंटेबल दैट टू इन द पॉजिटिव सेंटेंस कि फ्रेंड्स तो अच्छे होते हैं. नाउ थिंक अबाउट द ऑप्शंस. शी हैज़ मैनी फ्रेंड्स, सॉरी शी हैज़ मैनी एनिमीज बट फ्यू फ्रेंड्स. फ्यू तो नेगेटिव में यूज़ होता है, तो फ्यू नहीं यूज़ कर सकते क्योंकि फ्रेंड्स तो पॉजिटिव का रोल प्ले कर रहे हैं. सो हार्डली एनी फ्रेंड्स और नेगेटिव वोंट वर्क, ये नेगेटिव नहीं है ना, फ्रेंड्स तो पॉजिटिव वे में बात कर रहे हैं. सो शी हैज़ मेनी एनिमीज बट अ फ्यू फ्रेंड्स. फ्रेंड्स अच्छे हैं, जो हैं कम हैं बट अच्छे हैं. So it is, they are talking about friends in a positive meaning. Now we need to understand the meaning of the sentence. If the sentence is going in a negative meaning, choose few. If the sentence is going in a positive meaning, choose a few. And if the sentence is going in the way means a small number, not many, और जो है वो भी चला गया, then choose the few. For example, the few friends I had, they have also gone. So जो थे वो भी चले गए. In that particular situation, you will be using the few. Moving ahead to the next one. Dash words spoken in earnest will convince her. Okay. The few words, a few words, few और little. थोड़े से words जो भी आप सच्चे से बोलोगे, सच्चे दिल से, मीन्स earnest मीन्स सच से या ट्रुथ वे में, will convince her, वो उसे convince कर देंगे. अब ये सेंटेंस पॉजिटिव में है कि आप अच्छे वर्ड्स बोलोगे तो. अब पॉजिटिव सेंटेंस के लिए or positive meaning, in the case of positive meaning, which determiner is the most appropriately chosen? Yes, we have already discussed and I am getting the correct answers in the chat box. That's great. Yes, the few we cannot choose क्योंकि जो था वो चला गया, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. few भी नहीं क्योंकि negative में बात नहीं हो रही है. words are countable, we won't use little. So a few words spoken in the earnest will convince her, वो से ही convince कर देंगे. Next, dash dresses she had were all old fashioned and torn. जो भी थी उसके पास वो भी इतनी पुरानी old fashion और torn है. So इस situation में जो है वो भी खराब है. In this particular type of sentences, which determiner would be appropriately chosen? You have 4 options: the, few, a few or little. Which one would you choose? Yes, very good. You all are answering correct. जो ड्रेसेस थी वो भी ओल्ड फैशन और टॉन है. एग्जैक्टली, द फ्यू जो होता है और वो भी खराब हो जाता है या टॉन होता है या फिर किसी काम का नहीं होता, वी यूज द. So the few is the correct answer for this particular MCQ. Moving ahead to the next one. Dash months he spent in Europe did him a lot of good. जो कुछ months उसने यूरोप में स्पेंड करे उसके करियर के लिए बहुत बेनिफिशियल रहे. So few because we are talking about months and we all know months are countable. So little cannot be the option. Now there are 3 situations in front of you. Few, a few and the few. Now you need to think in a very good way. Few use करेंगे, the few use करेंगे या a few करेंगे. Think about it carefully. Good. See, yes, we will be using the few here. जो कुछ महीने, अब the few has both positive and negative idea at one and the same time. तो कुछ ही महीने रही, ये नेगेटिव आइडिया था, बट उसके साथ अच्छा हो गया, वो पॉजिटिव आइडिया है. सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज द फ्यू. द फ्यू मंथ्स he spent in Europe did him a lot of good. Moving ahead to the next one. Dash tact would have saved the situation. Means if you have been a little bit tricky in that particular situation, that would have helped you to get past from that time. So the 4 options are the little, a little, little और very little. अगर उस समय थोड़ा सा भी आप टैक्ट यूज करते तो आप उस सिचुएशन से बच सकते थे. The very first thing, when you have options among little, the little or a little, or few, a few, or the few, think about the sentence, read the sentence and tell whether that sentence is a negative meaning or a positive meaning. Hurry up in the chat box. I want you all to first of all write and comment that whether this sentence is giving you a positive meaning or a negative meaning. Hurry up. Dash tact would have saved the situation. डू नॉट आंसर, जस्ट टेल मी वेदर दिस सेंटेंस इज पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव। आप सेंटेंस रीड करके क्या इंटरप्रेट कर पा रहे हैं कि थोड़ा से टैक्ट अगर तुम यूज़ करते तो तुम बच जाते या उस सिचुएशन से निकल जाते। इसमें पॉजिटिव मीनिंग है या नेगेटिव मीनिंग है? हरी अप, कमेंट whether is it positive or negative, that much time to think about it. Yes, it's a negative meaning, obvious. अगर तुम थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाते तो तुम बच जाते, मतलब अभी तो तुम नहीं बचे ना, तुमने दिमाग नहीं लगाया, तो ये सेंटेंस क्या है? नेगेटिव। अब नेगेटिव है तो मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया हुआ है, द लिटिल कैन नॉट बी ऑन ऑप्शन, क्योंकि जो था वो चला जाए ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। वेरी लिटिल इज ऑल्सो नॉट एन ऑप्शन। द लेफ्ट बिहाइंड इज लिटिल और अ लिटिल। अब which a little is used in positive meaning and the little is used in negative meaning. Since this sentence has negative meaning, so we have chosen little. Little tact would have saved the situation. Moving ahead to the next one. The lame boy tried to climb up the staircase without dash help. Up wo the lame boy who was not able to move tried to climb up the stairs without dash help, बिना किसी help के. So yes, if he has, okay, yes, very good, Arnav. The lame boy tried to climb up the staircase without little help, without any help, without some help, without many help. So the correct answer is without any help. So this was just the last MCQ for this short session. So we will, okay, we have still some more, sorry. The next is, she has only dash friends. Fewer, less, more, or a few. She has only dash friends. Fewer friends, less friends, more friends, a few friends. Hurry up, tell me out. उसके पास कुछ ही friends हैं. So what will you choose? You cannot choose fewer because you are not comparing and it's a comparative form. अब positive way में बात कर रहे हैं and positive way के लिए we always use a and friends are also countable. So we will be choosing a few. Perfect. She has only a few friends. Great. Fine. The next one that comes to up an end now. So we will be again meeting up with another interesting session. Till then, thank you everyone. And I would end up the session with light tomorrow with today. So light tomorrow, if you're working hard, your future or your goals will come up to you if you are working in the correct direction. So light tomorrow with today's hard work and dedication. Thank you all for joining. Please do subscribe the channel if you haven't subscribed.